You guys have obviously had time now to do a bit of a review. In hindsight, your thoughts, where it went right, what went wrong for you?
Yeah, thoughts matched up pretty similar to how we felt after the game. Obviously disappointed. A lot of opportunities left out there, and just confirming how good the South African team is, how they're able to build so much pressure, the way they play their game of putting team in a cycle that's hard to get out of. Set piece, around the corner, and penalty shots, and we've talked about ways to combat that, so looking forward to getting stuck into our work this week.
Is the adjustment sort of more mental than it would be what you do on the training pitch? You know what to do, just to get the mindset right and be a bit more accurate with the execution?
Yeah, it's wouldn't say it's mental. I'd say it's just skill era. You don't have to be in the right frame of mind to catch a ball, or to complete your job, or to do the basics well. And I think not executing those put us under pressure, and again, as I said, put us into the cycle that South African rugby, they do so well.
Is it frustrating that it seems to be the same errors creeping in week after week?
Yeah, it is. Frustrating it's the same errors, but it's not frustrating that the intent and the care and the effort's there. We're all trying, trying our best. But they call it test matches for a reason. They test you mentally, they test your skill, and I'm really looking forward to hopefully getting a crack this weekend against the South Africans to show what we can do, but also we have to learn. This is a level where you got to learn and adapt, and if you don't, you're going to keep coming off second best, which we have the last couple games.
You played at Ellis Park before, Richie?
Yeah, a few times, yeah. Awesome stadium, awesome arena, a lot of history. Let's say it is the home of South African rugby.
Can you give us an insight from a player's perspective, what it's like from the atmosphere, the altitude, the stands, the noise?
It's nothing compares to it. For me, this is this is the pinnacle. This is where you want to be playing against a team that is just awesome. The noise, 60-odd thousand altitude. You feel the blood in your lungs, and you can taste that. But just understanding that the history that's gone there before, it's just a privilege to be able to have the opportunity to play at some place like that.
From an attacking perspective, how hard is it to get around the box, rush defence that seemed to stifle things last week?
Yeah, it is. It's tough. There's a method to their madness, with that high line speed pressure. And things we did talk about to combat that, we didn't do well at all. So it's a bit of an uppercut, but opportunity.
How do you combat it?
Bit of depth, width, but variation in your attack, kicking, passing, all types of things. Yeah.
Richie, how kind of frustrating has it been for you? You're a guy that wants to be out there, running the show. Let's sit back a bit, and you might get a chance this week. Who knows? How frustrating has it been, and how ready do you have to be for the call-up?
I wouldn't say frustrated. I just the type of guy that whatever you give me, or my role in the team, I'll do the best I can. But also just ready that I'm capable of a start as well. I'm capable to be the guy if the team needs me to be that guy. But I'm also understand I have a role to come on the last sort of 30-20 to try to change the game around. I'm ready, yeah.
And how are the guys in terms of, you'll be aware of what's, the feedback and the reaction of the public everything is a bit of a pile on the All Blacks at the moment. How are you guys sort of handling that, and what's your attitude around it? I mean, is it just part of the territory? You're pro sportsman?
Yeah, it's part of it. You know, we've got younger guys in the group that haven't experienced this at this level before, so it's really tough. Tough on them, and not just us, our families. But you know, as someone that's been there before and has been around for a little while, you know, my mindset doesn't change, my energy doesn't change. I'm really just chomping at the bits to have another crack, but also at the point where the outside noise doesn't matter for me, it doesn't affect me. I'm at a stage now, if you're not sort of in our team or in our squad, I don't really care what you think, so you know, in all respect, but what I'm trying to do is whatever the team needs me to do, and understand fans and people out there can get a bit frustrated with results. But as I said before, we are trying our best, and we know it's not good enough, the All Black standard, so preparations will be very deep to get a result this weekend.
Richie, do you accept that it's fair, that the public might be a little bit disappointed in what they've seen so far?
It's very fair. Yeah, it's very fair. Yeah, a team they support that usually gets results, not getting results at the moment, and it's fair the fans to care, because they do. They care about our team and care about results, but it's also fair of us to not care about what they think, because we have a role to do, a role to play, and a job to do. So hearing that isn't going to help us at this moment. Completing a job will help us win games. Yeah.
Richie, you mentioned individual skill sets letting you guys down at times, and you guys are All Blacks. You're all showing that you have the skill set. So why, for some reason, is it just not clicking for you guys at the moment?
Test levels is pressure. Pressure can do that to you. Scoreboard pressure. All sorts, you know. As I said before, it's this test match footy where the most basic skills you can't execute them because of a lot of reasons. What I will say is that we're so close, and it's a bit cliche because close isn't good enough at the moment, but yeah, we're going to look to build on the missed opportunities last week.
And I mean, you mentioned scoreboard pressure. 3 weeks in a row now, you guys have obviously ended up behind on the scoreboard to begin with. What kind of work is going on behind the scenes to sort of deal with the fact that to get a better start out of you guys?
Yeah, as I said earlier, just mentioning what the South Africans are good at around putting teams in cycles. I think it's really as simple as that. They're able to build numerous consecutive positive plays that puts teams in hard situations. And they're not just big moments that are needed to change that. I think just really simple skill execution that comes down to one player or something so little. So I think if we can do that well, we can start putting them in a cycle and start building our own pressure.
And you've never started a game against the Boks in South Africa. Would your preparation change at all for this game if given obviously Bodie's injury?
Nah. I'm keen. I'm excited, and that wouldn't change if I'm on the bench or not even in the 23. Yeah, but I'm ready. Yeah.